So what is going on, JW Faction? My name is Josh Williamson. So, new Guga Foods video. I reacted to them once, like, a few days ago, and I just want to let you know, this is going to be a pretty common thing that I'm going to be reacting to, is videos by Guga Foods, okay? There's some videos that new come out that maybe I won't do a reaction to, I don't know, but this one in particular, I will. So, Guga cooked a Japanese Wagyu A5 brisket. If you don't know what Japanese Wagyu A5 is, it's pretty much the highest grade of beef you could ever buy. It's the most expensive beef you could ever buy. Also, it's more so well known in the form of steak, more specifically ribeye or New York strip. Those are the two most popular forms. They have a crazy amount of marbling in them. You should check out past videos that Guga has done with Wagyu beef. But I haven't seen this yet. A Japanese Wagyu A5 brisket. He's done a Wagyu brisket on this channel before, but it was like a Wagyu blend. It was like, I don't know. It was like Wagyu mixed with an American cow. I don't know. I forgot the whole process. It was Wagyu mixed with an American cow or something. I should go back and see. I could be wrong about what I'm saying right now, but it's definitely some sort of mix of Wagyu. This is a pure Japanese Wagyu A5 brisket. I'm curious to see how fatty this brisket is. This is going to be crazy to see. Let's watch it.
This is a 40 pounds Japanese Wagyu A5 brisket.
Dude, that's
huge! It is one of those things that even if you have the money to buy it, it is almost impossible to find. And as you can see, it is huge. It does not...
I wonder why why Wagyu brisket is so hard to find. Like, I know that Guga gets his Wagyu steaks from this website called Grand Western Steaks. They sell a lot of Wagyu steaks, Australian Wagyu or Japanese Wagyu. How is it so hard to find?
Not even fit my cutting board. To give you a better perspective of the monstrosity of this thing, check this out.
Is it heavy?
No.
His nephew Angel.
This large piece of meat is actually quite light.
Look at.
That's what you thought I was gonna say.
Perspective of the monstrosity of this thing, check this out.
Is it heavy?
Dude, look at that. That's his nephew Angel, by the way. Look, he's holding that. If you were to hold that like vertically, it would be much taller than his torso. That thing is freaking huge. My God.
No,
Sorry.
No.
Excuse
this
me.
large piece of meat is actually quite light. That's what you thought I was gonna say? It's heavy, bro. This thing weighs more than me. I can feel like when I hold it that it feels like almost like it's melting.
It's melting already.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah.
That is unusual. Like, if you if you touch a Japanese Wagyu A5's meat's fat, if you touch the fat of it, it starts to melt in your hand, apparently, from what I heard. Yeah, I've never had a Wagyu A5 personally in my life. I can't afford it right now, but I hope to one day be able to. I want to experience what that tastes like.
The fat, I guess, is melting. It's cold and it's heavy.
As you can see, I was not kidding about the
Dude.
size. To say that I was nervous...
And he has a really
is
big
an
cutting board as well.
understatement. With a prestige cut of meat like this, opening it up even gives me goosebumps. And trust me, I have cooked quite a few briskets in my life. And most of them came out fantastic. To say that I like a juicy brisket is
I
an
like
understatement.
Brisket's
And
awesome.
after cooking so many of them, I went to the next level, which is to dry age one. As I did that, the result...
You really should check out that video right there. He dry aged a brisket for 60 days. I've dry aged a brisket once before, and it turned out really good. But just saying, you should check out that video where he dry aged a brisket for 60 days. It is an insane video.
Results were incredible, and most importantly, an explosion of juice. But
Yeah,
now
that
going
was the
back
most
to our Japanese
surprising
Wagyu
thing.
A5 brisket,
That explosion
once
of
I was done
juice.
removing the packaging, this is what it looks like.
Gosh,
See, we
dang,
did a
that's
good amount of
big.
trimming, and as I started doing so, I was extremely careful not to cut the meat. And to my luck, my very first slice, I got a little bit of it. But as I moved out, then the fat started showing. But if you are thinking that I'm going to be throwing this away, you are out of your mind.
Yeah, don't throw
Take
that
a look
away.
at this
Render it and
marbling.
make some
If you are
beef
unfamiliar
tallow.
with a
Best
brisket,
cooking fat
this
ever.
is not normal. And because this piece of meat is so well marbled, I would say that it's fair to say to remove all of the external fat. So I went ahead and started trimming until I got to meat. And there was a lot of trimming.
Dude, Dude.
gotten many Wagyus previously.
My
but
God,
nothing
how
like
much
this.
fat does this
Not
thing
only does
have
the
on
fat
it?
start melting with a touch
Besides
of
the
your hand,
intramuscular
there's a
fat.
huge amount. It took me almost 1 hour to do the trimming of this brisket. That's because I wanted to take my time
Wow.
and do it properly. When I flipped it to the other side, I
You
was
can already see the
rewarded with
marbling
this.
out
It is
there.
a part of the ribeye. As you can clearly see, it's where the rib bones were at. Some
He got a piece of brisket that has some pieces of ribeye bones on it. Dude, how does that even happen?
I'm gonna take this as a bonus, and as I previously mentioned, the fat never stops. So I took my time and went nice and slow to make sure everything was done properly. Once I was done trimming the external fat, this is what it looks like. That right there is a perfectly trimmed Japanese
Wow,
Wagyu
look at that
A5
marbling.
brisket. If
It's
you
still
are wondering
huge.
how much fat I was left with when I was done, check it out. 3 full trays. That is a lot.
Oh my
I would
God.
say 4
I would actually be happy if I had that much beef fat. If I had that much beef fat right now, imagine all the rendered beef fat I could get out of that. Out of the all the tallow I could get out of that. If you don't know what beef tallow is, it's rendered beef fat. Please try it. Roast some potatoes in it. It is the absolute best tasting cooking fat ever.
40% of that brisket was completely trimmed out. However, if you think I'm gonna throw this away, you are out of your mind. Now going back to our brisket, I can clearly see that some pieces are very small. At the same time, it does not have an aerodynamic shape. And if you know American barbecue, you want that to happen. As the smoke flows through the meat, you want it to be nice and smooth. If
What are you
not,
gonna do with
some
that
parts
piece?
would just get burned. So I went ahead and started trimming to give it a nice shape and saving the pieces that was cut out. And the
Oh, you're
marbling
saving
on
it.
them is just insane.
Yo!
This will be great for shabu shabu, and if you want to see that video, make sure you put it in the comments down
What is
below.
shabu
As I continue
shabu?
to trim
Oh, I
this
did a video
brisket
on
to
it
give it
before.
a nice shape. Once I was done, check it out. Now that is a perfectly trimmed brisket. The part
Sure
that
is.
is not that thick is called the flat, and
Yeah,
the
I
other
know.
one is called the point.
The
Usually
point's
the point
fattier.
has a lot more fat than the flat. However, since this is a Japanese Wagyu A5 brisket, there is fat everywhere. I don't
Yeah.
even think it matters where the flat starts or it ends.
Yeah, it
If
doesn't
this is
matter
the
at all.
first
Look how
brisket video
fatty.
you've ever seen, trust me, this is not normal. Talking about that, the next thing to do is to season this humongous piece of meat. And if you have seen my channel for a while, you know that the best way to season a big piece of meat like this is to dry brine. That's just
Dry
a fancy
brining's
word
awesome.
to say put salt on it and let it rest in your refrigerator overnight. What that does is that it allows the salt to penetrate nicely and deeply into the meat, seasoning
Yep.
everything. And if there's one thing we need for this piece of meat is patience. We want to cook it to perfection. So after adding salt to all of the sides and the edges, the next thing to do was to put it in a cooling rack and let it rest in my refrigerator overnight. The very next day, I opened
So
it up, put it on my
big.
cutting board, and as you can see, the salt did its job. The salt is completely gone. That's because it's nice and deeply into the meat.
Yep,
At the same time,
that's
if you
right.
take a look at the fat, it did not penetrate. That is something that I've learned previously. Salt does
Yeah,
not
that's
penetrate
sad.
fat. Now the only thing left to do before cooking it is to throw in a good amount of black pepper. And just like the salt, I like to make sure that I cover the whole thing. If you don't enjoy pepper, just leave it out. But if you get a brisket like this, I urge you not to put anything else. The
Yeah. See, there's a lot of idiot people out there. You have people who have probably never cooked in their lives. They always look at a piece of meat and they absolutely hate it when someone only seasons it with salt and pepper. When it comes to beef, okay, you want to actually taste the flavor of it, okay? You don't want to taste a huge mouthful of seasonings, and especially when you have a piece of Wagyu meat. There's already enough flavor in it from the fat. So, I don't know, I'm kind of going on a little bit of a side rant right now, but that irritates me.
The only thing it needs is salt and pepper. Now here's how this cooking goes. I'm going to be using my wireless thermometer so that I can keep an eye on the temperature. And the first part of the cook is all about color. I'll be smoking at 275 degrees Fahrenheit. Once I've reached the color that I like, I'll be wrapping it up in aluminum foil to finish up the cook. Then I'll only know when it's done when I poke on it and it feels like butter. Once that has happened,
Okay.
I will let it rest for
Yep.
2 hours and then it's time to slice it. Now I say it is enough talking and it is time to cook this wonderful piece of meat. So let's do it.
Oh, this is probably my favorite B-roll music he's ever done. Smoke for 5 hours. Ooh, look at that color. That's only the first 5 hours, so he's just getting a nice color on it right now. It's not done cooking yet. That's a really good looking brisket. Look how juicy it is. Wow, that looks awesome. Gosh dang. Imagine if he dry aged that for 60 days. Like you already saw, like there was a small clip he showed of the 60 days dry aged brisket. It exploded with juices. Imagine if he did that with this piece of meat. Oh, Guga, don't squeeze it. You'll get rid of all the juices. Gosh dang. Even the flat is extra juicy. Gosh dang. And look at the smoke ring on it. It's still leaking out like crazy. Sorry about this. Hold on.
Alright. It's the little things, Jimmy.
I'd seen that.
It's the little things that rip you apart.
Alright, everybody, here we have our beautiful brisket. Are you ready, Angel? Huh? You saw that glisten? He was right there next to me, everybody. This is like
Yeah, he was
Super
holding
Bowl
it.
of all briskets.
This is the finals, people.
Yeah, honestly, once in a life opportunity. All right.
Yeah.
After this, all other briskets.
Caca.
Yeah.
This is the god of briskets, right here.
Basically, what it is. Obviously, we have the lean part and we have the fatty part.
There's no lean
the lean
part.
part has so much fat in it. It's crazy. Let's go with the lean part. Look how thick I cut this brisket.
Your catchphrase?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Let's do it.
Oh my god.
I love the reactions to the food.
Wow. That's what I can say. I have to say thank you to the brisket. How do you put this in words? You don't need teeth for this. You can just swallow it whole. It is extremely tender. The flavor is amazing.
The piece I put in my mouth,
Yes.
God, I want to try
I
Wagyu
was
meat
breaking
so
it with my
bad.
tongue.
Exactly.
Like I was literally poking my tongue
If
through
you
the
had-
little like cracks
You know-
of the muscle fibers.
Exactly. If something happened to your teeth and you lost all of them, everybody, and you're ready to eat some
It's
meat.
the only thing you can eat, bro. Sorry.
Honestly, everybody,
My
this
God.
is a tremendous privilege. We are very grateful that we are able to give this a try and
I'd be too,
experience
I
something
did.
like this with you. I am in disbelief. That's all I can say. How would you how do you describe it?
Dude, you've made some really good brisket before.
Yeah, nothing compared to this.
How hard did you really try on this one?
No, not really.
Not that hard, right?
No.
It's not fair, bro. This isn't fair. This is not fair.
And the other ones I've tried, you guys seen it. I try to dry age it. I try to do everything. Nothing will ever come close. I even went to Franklin's barbecue. I'm sorry, Franklin. Listen, you want to amaze your customer? Give them this. You will see what will
Wow.
happen to your restaurant.
He's gonna make making
This
more
is
money if he ever
amazing.
got his
And
hands
we
on
only
that.
tried the dry part.
Dry.
Yeah, exactly, right?
What dry?
What dry? You already finished that entire slice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm-
It's really good.
Okay, let's go for
Are the point.
juicy part.
Oh, and it's still dripping.
Yes, of course, and look how hot it is.
The
It's
point has a lot
hot.
more fat, so it's
And
a lot
I would
juicier.
rest it for more than 2 hours. That's insane. I mean.
More than 2 hours.
I mean.
He rested it.
It's sounding stupid.
I mean.
It's too good. Enough.
I guess it's messing with your
Try
mind a
it.
little bit,
Are you ready,
Guga.
Angel?
Cheers.
I don't have words. All right, cheers. I can't. There's no way in the world that I can describe to you how this tastes. You don't want to swallow. I can see you keep chewing it.
Oh
You're
my
like,
God.
You're like, no, don't go in. Don't go in. Stay back.
This is it.
Yeah, I think this is it.
You don't go higher up. than
No,
this.
this is it. This
That
is it,
was
everybody.
in my head as soon as I bit that. I was like, that's it. This is the best you're gonna get.
Listen, which one do you
It
like
must
better,
be.
the flat or the point? The fatty part or the lean part?
There is no lean part.
It doesn't matter.
There is no lean part on that
That's how
brisket.
good it
Cut
is.
any part of this and give it to me, and I'm eating it.
Even the
Like,
fat by itself, as you guys can see right here in the middle, we did get a nice smoke ring.
the
Yep.
more I eat Wagyu, the more I'm realizing that the actual Wagyu fat, it does have a different feeling in
Oh,
your
yeah.
mouth. When
That's
you,
a fact.
Yeah. I heard that Wagyu meat. I heard that it has a little bit of kind of a subtle sweet aroma to it. That's something that I heard about it.
No, but I'm saying after you eat it, like
Mhm.
after it's all said and done, like I don't have anything left in my mouth,
Yeah.
but it leaves like a coating. I want
Gotcha.
to say like a buttery coating in your mouth.
To the older generation like me, guys, this is phenomenal. To the younger generation, this is fire. What else, Angel? What else?
This is
Guga.
God. This
This
is
guy-
fire.
This got everything that you guys can think about. It is a once in a life opportunity. That's all I have to say about that.
I want to take this brisket on a date. I want to take it slow. I want to go dance.
Yes.
I want to bring flowers to her
Yes.
and her mom.
Exactly.
I
That's
probably do
right.
the same thing, Angel.
Kayla's gonna be jealous.
Oh, he's still
I highly
dating
recommend
Kayla?
If you ever have a chance to give this a try, it is something that you will never
did they break
forget
up?
in your life. The best piece of meat I've ever had as a barbecue. Nothing will beat this. Cook a picanha as a barbecue, as an American style barbecue, it will not be as good as this.
Not even
This
picanha.
is phenomenal.
This is
Now, let me tell you something a little bit. He mentioned picanha, okay? If you don't know what picanha is, it is the cap of a top sirloin. It's that little... If you get one of those long top sirloin steaks, and you see that little triangular part hanging down from it, that's the top sirloin cap. And in Brazil, that's known as the picanha. And that's Guga's favorite meat of all time, as he said before. And now he's saying this is better than a picanha? Wow.
the tip of the mountain. Look, if
I've
you
never
got
had
PlayStation,
picanha
you're gonna
personally.
understand what I'm about to say. If you don't, if you're an Xbox person or a PC, I'm sorry.
I want to, though.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
We just platinum this, bro.
Anyway, guys, these are the results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in anything I use, everything is always in the description down below. My brother Emilio, thank you for allowing
Diller,
us the
Emilio.
opportunity to try something that we have a very gratitude for. Is that even a word? I'm like stumbling in words.
I think it's time to take Emilio on a date.
Guys, if you do
I
not
love
have any
Angel,
dinner,
man. He's
get
hilarious.
yourself one.
Emilio, I'm gonna buy you a Modelo. I know you like that.
There you go.
Or no, which one is it that he likes?
He likes Modelo.
Modelo?
yes,
I'm
yes.
gonna buy you a Modelo.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next
I
one.
don't
Take
even
care,
know what that
everybody.
is.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Today we have
Now, get off here. I'm done. See you later, Guga. Man, I'm still in a very small amount of belief. Like, sorry, I had to take a drink for that one. I'm still in major disbelief that when he was trimming that brisket, there was so much extra fat left on there. Dude, I would be in heaven. Imagine the amount of tallow you can get out of that. Man. And just when he was doing the B-roll and everything, you know, the brisket itself looked extremely juicy. Like, just imagine if he did that 60 days dry age on that brisket. I mean, the 60 days dry age on a choice grade brisket already made it explode with juices. Now, just imagine if he did that with that Japanese Wagyu A5 brisket. It probably just basically melt or fall apart, for all we know. It's, you know, something that I love about Guga Foods and his other channels, Sous Vide Everything. There's just, aside from his food looking amazing, him being a really good meat chef and all that stuff, his reactions, you know, his, and as you saw in the last video, his cousin Momo's reactions, and his nephew right here, Angel's reactions, to tasting the food, it's just so much fun to watch. Like, they exaggerate, they really do, but it's just so entertaining to me. But what do you guys think? Post comments down below. Let me know your opinions on this. If you like this video, thumb up. Hate this video, thumb it down. All my social media, will be down below in the description box, as well as a link to the original video if you want to watch it. And be sure to click subscribe button to become a member of the JW faction on our journey to 10,000 subscribers. See you later.